What's up, everybody? So today we're installing the GKtech bolt-on angle kit. So what this comes with is two ends that go on each end of the car, the heim joints, the outer tie rod adjustment sleeve, and you have the option of buying a rack spacer and washer. So this is important since GKtech does not tell you on their website or in any of their videos. This washer will go on the passenger side of the car behind the inner tie rod, and this extension will go on the driver's side of the car behind the inner tie rod. Let that be known. I had to go and dig and get Dan to tell me which end they went on. Sometimes it's hard to get a hold of him. I love Dan personally. He's a good dude. But it's nice to know that going into the project. So this is the V3 kit, which the V2 kit adjusted bump steer with a washer that went in between here. And the V3 kit, it has an Ackerman adjustment, which is this piece right here. So as of right now, if I remember correctly, this is the low Ackerman setting, which is the way it comes from GKtech. So if you take out this bolt here, which will allow you to flip this eccentric washer up, it will give you a higher Ackerman, so that way your tires are not about as even. They'll kind of drag a little bit, but that depends on you and the way you like your car set up. Play with it, figure out what you like the best. I already have the car apart, and let's get this thing on. So where this installs at is these two holes will line up right here, and this hole will line up going under this control arm right here. The way it happens really is it just kind of sits nice and pretty, like just like that. So let's get this thing installed. There's that. Now this next part I find to be very important. This bolt has sometimes been known to back out. So I would do is get a little bit of thread locker. I always use red on everything because if I'm putting thread locker on something, it will not come off. Put a little bit more than I should have, probably. Just kind of exploded on there. Now right on the end, I know there's a lot more on there than there ever should be, but we'll put that back in. And there are the torque specs available from GKtech. I personally do not use them because I'm going to just make it extremely damn tight. Throw it back in like this from the bottom. A 19mm wrench or socket, whichever one you want. You know, ratchet socket. Tighten it up. The next thing we have to do, install the tie rod sleeve. Now with this sleeve here, this is roughly where my old outer tie rod was and where this nut is. What we're gonna do is effectively just kind of line this up and then just start kind of threading through. Dude, fucking thread the fuck on there. Sometimes they just don't want to fucking thread on. Line up. I know you will. I know you'll thread the fuck on. If you just put the whole assembly on the inner tie rod and put it on your car, you're gonna go a lot smoother. So let's get this thing on for the last freaking time. Now that it's all on, finally, the last thing to really do is check your wheel itself. More or less check and see how this is all aligned. If it's relatively straight, then you're in a pretty good spot. If it's not, just keep adjusting this tie rod sleeve until the rotor, wheel, whichever one you want to have it be, is for the most part straight. That'll get you to a point where you can get an alignment and get it really just dialed into where you want it. So as of right now, I'm calling that good. And do the same thing on the other end. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. It's good hanging with you guys today. I'll see you later.